Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Today's beer, guys, we're going to wrap up the beer mail package that Neil sent me. This is Wren Brewing Spellbinder, and evidently it's one of his favorites. He says he knows that he sent me Wren beers before, and they didn't date their cans or have ABV on them now that he says they're doing both, which is a good thing. Maybe, you know, chirp, 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 a little louder, maybe sometimes they hear us. So, I mean, that's all we can do is just harp on it until hopefully the deaf ears hear you. Anyway, and on here it says, and it's got 4 and Best by 090423 and packaged on 060623 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 month shelf life. Yes, that's what I like to see. So we're coming in under the wire there at 9.4. We're still a couple of weeks away from that. And this is a 6.9% ABV beer. That's what's saying here. It says 6.5 on Beer Advocate, and it says 7% on Untappd. So, evidently, with the amount of ratings on both sites, they've been doing this beer for a long time, and sometimes the breweries can keep that ABV right in check there, but evidently it's wandering. If we've got 3 different ones, 6.9 and 6.5, so, and with 14,000 reviews on Untappd. So, and as a matter of fact, on this beer, according to Untappd, the GABF, the beer festival, 2020 gold, Brussels Beer Challenge 2021 gold, hazy juicy IPA category, our house hazy IPA, years in the making. So evidently it's evolving as it goes, guys. Peeled malt, oats, and hazy grown Sonora white wheat. We use all premium Northwest hops, cascade in the whirlpool, followed by a big mosaic and citra, dry hop, bright, bold citrus, tropical, soft with restrained bitterness. So the key there on these New England style is that whirlpool, from what I understand. So never had the ability to do that. Let's jump over, and of course Wren's out of Wren House is out of Arizona, and yeah, Beer Advocate has a 6.5%. So evidently you have to check because it varies from year to year. Again, Neil, thanks a bunch for the awesome beer mail package. Very tasty beers, especially a couple of them there would be in my fridge if I could get my hands on them and buy them here. So anyway, let's get on with this one. This is Spellbinder. It's got some accolades with the gold at 2 different festivals. And the GABF, if you get a gold to GABF, you're somebody there. Alright guys, swirly swirl, we got the can up, we got almost 2 fingers of head, orange juice looking in the glass, maybe just a slight lighter color than orange juice, maybe a little pineapple juice or grapefruit juice mixed in with it, but it still looks absolutely stunning. So, 6.9% to the nose we go. That smells pretty impressive. And cascade in a whirlpool, followed by a big mosaic and citra. 3 of the most used hops that I used when I brewed. Those three were the ones I bought the most of and used the most. And matter of fact, I grew Cascades out there. I think all those have been dug up and gone now. There may be Northern Brewers still growing out there, but I don't even have them strung up or anything. They just growing around in a little circle on the ground out there. Haven't messed with it anymore, guys. But awesome hops. Smells good. Tropical fruit notes, grapefruit, mango, peaches, apricots. Smells awesome. Smells real good. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Neil. Appreciate it, sir. Yes. 6.9 is close enough to 7 for me. I would buy this beer, guys. Not blowing my hair back on my socks off, but that's super tasty. Yes, that's worthy. That's worthy of my money. I would spend my money on this beer. Close enough. Little bit of sediment in there. Got some chunkiness floating around. So we got some real hops. Make sure that you get that swirled around before the final chug. And I'll remind you when we come back. But it is time to go sip on it. Alright guys, I'm back. Big heavy cake of sediment on the bottom of that. Just did a good 20 to 30 second swirl before I turned the camera on. Make sure if you're drinking a Spellbinder that you're doing that swirly swirl as you're drinking it, or especially when you get to the end. Don't leave all that caked on the very bottom of the glass. That's just tasty goodies. You don't want to do that. Again, this is Wren Brewing Spellbinder. Pretty impressive beer to me. I like that big, intense hop profile and taste. So it works very well. I would buy this beer here. It's got everything that I need written on the can, the information that I'm looking for. So yeah, it's a winner here, guys. I would buy this beer here. I've been pretty impressed with some of the beers that Neil has sent me. They're tasty. I would spend my money on some of these. A lot of times that happens. The beer mail packets that I've been getting over the last 5 years are much tastier than the beer mail packages I got the first 5 years, because the breweries, the ones that were crappy are no longer around, and the ones that were good and continue to improve and grow are still around. So guys, much continued success to the good, or should I say, the awesome, outstanding craft beer brewers. If you're making transitional beers, I understand that there is a market for that. Well, there's a market for the connoisseur craft beer drinkers too, that want that big taste and aroma profile on some of the beers instead of something that's transitional. Final chug. Didn't leave nothing in the bottom of that glass. Got it all. And that's super tasty. That's just hops, guys. That's, sometimes you'll get a bite from that. Sometimes you'll just get a more intense final hop profile from that last jug. And that's what I got there. It wasn't super bitter or anything. Very nicely done. Guys, to me, going against the grade, this is a 95. Like I said, all depending on where your palate is will determine whether you like this kind of beer or not. Whether you drink very many New England styles or not, or a lot of people are, I'm tired of them. I mean, I don't want cloudy, don't want hazy. I mean, it is what it is, guys. So if you like this style of beer, the cloudy New England style, hazy, super pulpy, yes, this is the winner. 95 for me, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, they have 93. I think it's a little better now. They got the date on, ABVs on there, super tasty beer. Yeah, it's, and if you said, oh my God, that's the best thing I ever tasted, it's a 10 beer, I would not argue with that. If I'd have had this beer 5 years ago, it probably got a 10. Alright, over to Untappd, they have it at 4.08, and again, 14,000 ratings on this beer, over 14,600. So, been doing it for a while, and I think they've got it perfected. A lot of medals behind it with the GABF gold and the Brussels beer gold. Hard to go wrong, guys. You can't. So again, I would buy this beer if it was available here. So if you've had Spellbinder from Wren Brewing, especially this edition, the 2023 edition at 6.9% ABV, let me know what you think. And again, Neil, thanks so much. I do appreciate the awesome beers you sent my brother, and super well packaged. I mean, in little styrofoam cones that held 2 16-ounce cans in each one with big tube air bubbles all around them. Some of the best packaging I've seen, probably the second best packaging I've ever seen in a beer mouth package. So I don't know where he bought those things from, but that they were perfect for 2 16-ounce cans in each one. So, alright guys, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Yep, there is a pumpkin beer in there. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow or not. I might let it sit in there for a while. So, if you see me after this one, the next day after this one, I was bored. Again, you might see that pumpkin beer in a month or two. We shall see. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.